As usual, now is a season of stress because nationwide exams and testing are taking place. Backed by science and psychological research, we need a completely radical overhaul on how we think about exams. As a nation and as a culture, where along the lines did we determine a person's worth by a score, a numerical average, so on and so forth? A lot of myths are floating around that, because of pressure, because of yelling, screaming, anxiety, caning, all kinds of things, that's why I did better in exams, or my children that are, right about to take exams will do better. But that has been completely debunked. That is not the truth. That is akin to saying something like the world is flat. We want to compare short-term versus long-term. With that kind of extraordinary pressure, maybe your kids will do better on exams, or score high rather. But the long-term effects and repercussions can be very troubling indeed. So, life eventually will throw curveballs where, you can't meet a deadline or you didn't get that promotion. And then children have inculcated a message from young that something's wrong with me. I should have scored highly. I have before, so what's happening? We haven't taught our children a love for learning on its own. It's just based on a compare and despair. We tend to catastrophize. If you don't get a good exam score right now, you won't get into a good university, you won't get a good job, you won't have a good income, and that's it. Which is a very narrow or myopic way of thinking. A lot of researchers, psychologists, education specialists world over have lobbied governments to change their way of thinking because exams are just a snapshot in a particular moment of time of how a child does in that moment. It does not predict future outcome. And a lot of standardized tests, have proven not to really measure what we thought it did. A lot of cultures have done away with the exams altogether. Other cultures have emphasized problem solving, dialogue, ethics, morality, and they have very, very good outcomes in a society. So in Malaysia, we're seeing such an uptick of depression and anxiety, and that is not a figment of the imagination. It's a very, very real thing. And it starts now. Your children are watching the behavior that you model. It's very, very common for parents to pass on their anxiety and depression. So a child is never determined, their worth is not determined by the exam score. So congratulate your children for making it to the point of exam. Wish them well. Positively reinforce the fact that they're loved no matter what. And congratulations to everyone taking an exam.